Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of Oxygen Unclude where a lot has happened since the last one. First off, it is 2:40, correction, it's 2:24 in the morning. I honestly got out of bed today at like 3 p.m. so that should say a lot about where this is going. And we're back. Now, if the keen-eyed among you, who are weirdly, keeping track of duplicate lives, which I mean, why? You'd probably notice this is 3 lower. Off camera, a lot happened, and I realized this base is actually kind of fucked. Like, big time. As you can probably see here, we've lost a few dupes. Lindsay did that one to themselves. Literally hiding the evidence of that. But, a few dupes were in fact lost. Now, I could have desperately tried and, go over everything and keep them alive. But I'm gonna be honest, the farm here doesn't have much time. And I'm not saying the farm here doesn't just have much time, period. I'm saying the farm here is constantly dealing with overheating. You can probably see here, right off the bat, I've been insulating the hell out of this area just to try and like keep it alive. Because I was noticing like this was just destroying it, and honestly I might try and pull a gambit here considering how much insulation's in there. I've done it wrong to pull off the gambit. What I could do is make another floor, and while I'm doing this I'll just deconstruct this, then this, then this, then this, then this, while building tiles to basically force a vacuum in there. And I wouldn't even need insulative tiles to do that. I basically do this, but actually smart. And that would basically destroy any temperature. Yeah, it would literally, it'd be basically abyssite, just in general. Because abyssite is just ridiculously low thermal like, okay, technically it has a, wait, no, it's just completely inert. So, as you can see here, it's pretty damn robust right there, which is very good. It used to not be literally zero, but since that's the case now, we can just sort of, I feel like I heard a door open. What the hell? We can do that. So what I might do is I might pull a vacuum between my base, my farm, and this comically overpowered steam geyser, which has been killing my base, not slowly, this entire time. And technically I am leaking heat into this ethanol pump, which I'm not happy about. But that could genuinely just be solved with one of the new buildings right here. And enable auto bottle, which will produce way less CO2, which is also what makes air in this base, which we need, but it would let me seal this up. So honestly, not the highest thing, and plus I will have a bit of a thermal barrier. So really, auto bottling is not necessary at the very moment. However, checking recording status. One thing I will say is, I'm probably going to try and do like a full installation of the farm, which probably won't be easy, but I think would be worth it. And that will all have to stay. This would bring a lot of heat in, but hopefully I can offset that entirely by simply just, you know, letting a vacuum do all the heavy lifting. And also to do a vacuum, I'm going to need to sweep all of this. Yeah, the yellow's going to stay. But I think the only way I can keep this farm alive is by full vacuum between the geyser. While I'm at it, the base might as well get a benefit of it as well. It's this damn thing. I need to keep it running. Hopefully after that happens, the only problems, temperature-wise, will be when this corridor gets a little bit superheated. Good lord. There's literally 5.2 tons. That's not going to cool off anytime soon. Oh, it's only a lead temp shift, which is the problem. Yeah, and hopefully we can get rid of some of those. But like, even here, too hot. What doesn't help is that the oxygen that's being pumped in here... Oh, this also happened off camera. I made a slight dent in our oxygen supply, which is both letting us produce more hydrogen, which is obvious. I shouldn't have to tell you why more hydrogen is a really good thing to be producing. However, yeah, I'm producing more hydrogen. Actually, this is not even flowing, there's so much hydrogen. Where is it? And yeah, oxygen's taking a large priority. I need to know, is there a ventilation piece? Which is just like a gas compressor? This is like the nichest case in the entire game for a piece like this. I'm sure someone can find a way better use. I just want something that makes fuller tiles, if that makes sense. I know we have the valve, but the valve is just that, but backwards. It reduces full permitted volume. Wait, connect automation grid to automatically turn off gas flow when a specific amount's been passed through it. I could do that with a gas shut off, but I'd rather do a cheaper option, but we're so loaded with lead, I mean. Whatever, we're gonna be doing some experiments, and... Wait, nope, it has a perfect area right here. So I want to see how the gas valve can be done. Because if we can just do it with a gas valve, I'm not wasting my time with it. Oops. I would like to experiment. But yeah, we're pulling in the ever so cold oxygen. You know, like 70 degrees. Fortunately, it does radiate a little bit of heat into this base. About like 20 degrees actually. And it will only be a scalding temperature when it comes out. Oh, yeah, electrolyzers are part of the killers in this game. Technically speaking, you will spend some time in the cold zone, which should be fixing it. Yeah, okay, gas. Flow control. Yeah, that's exactly what I was expecting. Fortunately, I just troubleshooted it. And there's a far more oh. Whoa. So it's nice to tell you now. New setup I'm getting used to here. Can we not build this out of steel of all things? For the sake of actually doing something. Wait, what? Automatically turn. Wait, that's not at all what I think it does. Automatically turns off gas flow when enough has passed through it. Connects to the automation grid. How many connections? That'd be an input, which is not what I want to see. So I'm guessing that's so like allow, I don't know, 100 grams, then turn off, and only when it's permitted again. Useful, but also not what I need. Wait, no, that wasn't even the right. Reset and output, fellas. Believe it or not, there's actually a there's a plan being made. Technically speaking, this could work. Actually, allow 1 kilogram through, and then do a reset. It's really stupid, but it might just work. And as you know me, I always make things pretty fucking stupid and overkill. Now, fortunately, both of these things will stress our power grid more, which is coming from the sun, so who cares? Dupes. I want to see how this stuff works. Did not make me wait. Oh right, I also probably want an automation wire, but potato. Those are probably both made of steel. Yeah, let's not build with steel, please. Because steel is what we like to call in the business. Rather expensive. And I know it's not really anymore in this part of the game, but I'd still like to imagine I have some, you know, reason not to make it stupid expensive. Okay, steel is moved there for some reason. Or at least I didn't drop it down to a random pit. Yeah, I do want to see how this works, dupes. Please build. So you can tell there's a few things which have gone very poorly. But yeah, well, it's this one vent that's gonna need to be constantly cooled. This middle area admittedly doesn't need to always be. This does though. If we do anything, that needs to be replaced. Thank you, Bert. Now here, literally no one's done anything. Cool. It's like I only get to make like 2 to 4 videos until everything instantaneously goes to shit. Thank you, dupes. Also, this ethanol is just gonna be a pain to extract. I don't think it's actually worth it. But it is free, which is tempting. And honestly, if you want my honest opinion, we can probably get away with just building a normal tile here. And then you can sweep the rest back. But I guess, yeah, he wouldn't want to more 3rd-degree burns. Which would mean complete cowardice, but okay. Okay. Amount in kilograms. 1 kilogram. Just 1. Oh. I thought you said you were fine like that. Because you were. Damn it, we built it upside down. Oops. I don't know why you're throwing screws at it to break it, but whatever. You know, I should be allowing onto this rocket, which is now here plastic, and they've loaded in plastic, which means for this rocket I now need to unload what's not plastic. Unless we're emptying the storage manually. Plastic, glass, steel even. Nice. Huh. Starting to realize that's probably not enough. Or it's probably getting reset too fast. Not a problem, we'll just force it another way. And yes, I see that's made of steel. And no, I'm not okay with that. I think the system does need to be primed, however. Which I'm not too surprised about, it's annoying. There, dupes. Go and fish out even more lead from this admittedly pretty dangerous location. This is like the only time I've ever made them Atmo suits. Oh my god. They're just melting. Yeah, it's fucking hot down there. Maybe building them out of lead wasn't a good idea, but whatever, it's too late now. Then I'll start to further insulate the farm. Or use a vacuum insulate. This was the greatest blessing and curse for this colony, honestly. Like, yeah, look, tons of free water, but unless I... Why are you even in there? But unless I actually go for all the effort of putting a steam turbine in there to keep it cool, it's basically just torching my base every 5 minutes. And I'm not really cool with that. But, you know, they say a little insulation goes a long way. Even priority level 9 they won't do. So you know your base is coming to the end of its life, but that's fine. Technically these bases are mostly irrelevant. I could probably get robots to do all the other work. I don't really want to. Especially since the base that would make the robots is one of the ones we would lose. Yeah, it might be counterproductive. Oh, that's not good. Actually, now I'm really curious. How much space data is even in this base? Not like I'll be able to see for very long. Actually, I could probably make it work. Okay, I looked away for a certain section, okay? It's probably between edible and stuff. There it is, databanks. We have 51 of those units. Oh, no, we do. How much even is 51 units? Oh wait, they're using like 30 per. I mean, it's not the most expensive. That's probably good enough for like one more go, no? Alright, well we all know who we're sending in there. I mean, cargo's probably better, but this thing is gonna be a while. I've learned a lot this playthrough. I've also forgotten probably more this playthrough. I'm starting to think copper ore might not just be cutting it. We might have to go up to steel because I can't be bothered. Or if I can make tungsten. Correction, no, tungsten's not even an option here. Oh. Gold would be nice, but this run hasn't been very, golden, so no. That one's fine, that one's less fine. Not fine either. You know, I'm just realizing I did literally nothing to defend this area. And I don't think they're gonna... Jeez, man. As big of a project as it was to build what I did, I don't want to hear a single commenter say it was overkill. It wasn't. If I'm mistaken, due to path endeavors, yep, no mask. 19. You made 19. Oh. Surprisingly, that's like the one planet it's not a problem on. Wow. Those probably were never moved out of the rocket, admittedly. This place is being pelted by oxalate. Not dangerous, it's just surprisingly useful. Dupes, I want it. So I do not want it covering the nuclear stuff, but... God, it's pelting herself with snow and our nuclear reactor, which is not built yet. Oh dear. Whatever. You know what? This probably is the best base in the entire... Oh, right, I did that, by the way. It's probably the most functional base in the colony. And amazingly, the one base that is actually doing the most work here, or not most, but appears to be the most stable, is the one where everyone keeps pissing the water supply. Speaking of which, it's actually running really low on polluted water. This actually could be very, very problematic. Wait. Oh, they patched it. Man, that's no fun. Now I should have to look for the gold volcanoes. Which admittedly, it's not hard when you know what you're doing. It's just, I like being spoiled. I don't have to go all the way over there. Man. They're making the game so much harder. Can you even believe it? But yeah, we're seemingly burning our water supply very quickly here. Which is a problem. I will admit it, that is very problematic. Well, How are we also out of food? Did we have a binge eater go off? No, but I've moderated this base. I made sure there's not another... No one here's a binge eater, right? Okay, no, you're just destructive. Like... Why is there 0 calories in this place? Oh my fucking god. Fellas, I don't know if that nuclear reactor is actually going to get built. I'm going to try, though. Destructive... Binge eater. That explains a lot. Yeah, Rowan might have actually just killed the colony somewhat. Fun fact, this is actually the real Don't Starve Together game. Believe it or not, binge eater is the most dangerous trait. We have 2 binge eaters. That's where the food supply went. And it's going to stay like that for the foreseeable future. For some reason, every Dupier is stressed. I can only imagine it's because they're working on a nuclear power plant. Which would imply... morning. Okay, that's not fair. Yes, 3 dupes have died, but not on this planetoid. Suck it up. You have no contact with them. And, you know... high morale is doing so much for you. Pleasant chit chat's also helping. But no. Low oxygen, soggy feet. I don't know how you're supposed to unsoggy your feet. But the air pressure is... oh. Okay, so here too, eh? Is it because we're doing fucking oxygen masks? Those should not be using more oxygen than what the dupes normally have. It's... that's why. It's because there's fucking water in the oxygen supply. I also want to say just like mop it all up and then... I mean, technically speaking, there's nothing stopping me from mopping it all. Sorry, Frankie. This will be worth something, I promise. I just want an easier solution, okay? Oh. You know, now seems as good as a time as any to replace it as a mesh tile. Fortunately, most of the important things are actually mesh tiles. Okay, Frankie, how the fuck did that happen, though? Okay, now I'm actually confused. How did those tiles disappear? Frankie, that is the food supply. Okay, well, fellas, I don't want to be that guy, but I believe we're witnessing the end of this series. Not with a boom, but with a... oh, you're fucking kidding me, right? Which honestly I think is the most fitting way for it to go. Pressure. Oh, it's that bad. No, there's many ways to make it. Sure, this method would work just fine as well. Because the entire base is just polluted, but... does it make a lot of heat? Yeah, it does. Turns out oxygen might be the most devastating resource to try and produce. Damn. I can probably squeeze more out of this base. If I really wanted to, which I do. Like, I knew it was bad for quite a long time. I didn't know it was, cataclysmic. So, doing this for the third time. Yes, you heard that incorrectly. And it's been 30 minutes. I'm starting to realize this, everything is a bit of a fixer-upper, but I'm sure that with proper commitment, it's fucked. Here, get some free oxygen. That should buy about 58 seconds. Just seeing how things are. Well, at least in terms of how everything has gone, I got one functional colony. Hell, it's even still playable, but yeah, I don't know about this, man. This might be a lost cause. Real bummer too. I don't know how I missed it. There we go. Polluted mud should probably be staying here. Not that there's gonna be any left because of the rocket being, well, you know, a recent occurrence, like a pretty frequent flyer. Oh no, wait, we have a lot of mud. Well, and that could save the base. Unconventional problems require. I mean, this is a pretty conventional problem, but I don't know. In reality, I genuinely do not know. But we have the sludge press, which is around the time the devs realized they could just make things as big as they wanted, and not many people would complain. Which, I mean, to be fair, yeah, that's understandable, but like, oh well. Irrigation implies there's not enough polluted water, which is bad. Yeah. It's like things are pretty bad. And we're out of dirt in this base? Is that correct? We finally run out of dirt for like the 15th time? No. Where's the dirt then? Where's all the promised dirt? Admittedly, not that far away. It's like just about everywhere. Okay, dupes, that is your fault. Okay, pressure isn't. Pressure admittedly is not your fault. Now we have too much hydrogen. Which admittedly is a good problem to have. Yeah, we've successfully managed to create a large influx of hydrogen. Wow. That's like actually really impressive. Also, please stop this system from being primed like that. They should also allow better flow mixing. But yeah. I need that to be full again. Um, Pipe view? I can't even use pipe view because the machine's now overlay on top of it. So then I'll read it like this. So there's a kilogram in there. And there is, believe it or not a kilogram in there. This automation is gonna give me trouble because it can. Hmm. You know, there's one thing I normally do say, which is that it's the little things that add up. Not normally some, big outrageous moment. It's just death by 1,000 cuts, you know? And by God, this base has been being stabbed for about 2 years now. And believe it or not, you can actually feel that. In fact, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna be able to build that reactor. So, I suppose, so I can at least, rig it. I know I said reactor, but that runs off of decay power. And oh boy, look at this, a decay generator. Yeah, it's stupid, but hey. Technically speaking, a decay generator is a form of nuclear power. What's wrong? Disappointed by it? Yeah, obviously. I don't know. Oh, that might also be why we're out of food here. It's because we sent all of it to another planet. Admittedly, I was not aware. Nope, it's only dirt. Hey guys, look. A decay generator. Fun fact, 10% is the magic number. Oh, wait, you want it? Oh. Should look at that. So I'm going to be using enriched uranium at a rather alarming rate, it seems. Or maybe just... no, those are grams. Admittedly, it's not very fast. Or it produces like anything. But on the bright side... oh, it does get really warm, doesn't it? I can't exactly cool it off with that. I mean... when? Well, there we go. We've achieved nuclear power. Oh, and I also found this as a problem. It will trigger sooner, but it will also stop a lot sooner. Oh boy. So that should hopefully observe it a little bit. This thing is just gonna never generate another red bolt if I know anything. So, what was learned? Okay, immediately, like the first thing that I learned about all of this, generators are stupid expensive. The manual one is just much better. I'm sorry to say it, but yeah, the manual generator is like, for 90% of applications, unless you have an active nuclear reactor basically next door, this is your better option. Radiation lamp, like I had never used it, probably because I'm not growing crops with it. Collected by a red bolt generator. I mean, honestly, that doesn't sound too bad. Except the amount you need. It's probably a lot. How much does it even produce then? Huh. It's actually really small. How does it build? Huh? So I'm surprised you can make it with uranium ore. Well, against the wall, so it's just, no, it's literally just a fixture, ain't it? Oh no, it's a wall fixture. Okay. I'm guessing doing that just emits radiation? I mean, that's basically what it's saying. Oh. Oh no. It's not cheating, it's just an unexpected feature that also happens to work very well. What? Okay, that looks weird. This is at the tube. Oh yeah, it's definitely accumulating. Just seeming slower. Me? Really? You don't even like seeing this? Hmm. What base needs food the most? If I had to guess, it'd probably be this base. Just, good lord. Maybe that's... I'm trying to realize a lot of the base food problems are probably caused by me over-distributing food. Then immediately biting me in the ass. But that is literally... Oh, okay. I shouldn't be doing anything. Might as well look proper. Also, that would look really funny. They're also on break. I'm gonna leave it here. Yeah, everything's kind of falling apart. This base is actually the most stable. Once the morning is over, it should be fine. Ah, yes, high precision. That was really unfortunate. Wow, that was unfortunate. Oh, and that's also unfortunate. Can we have a block here? Look at that. They're almost fully charged. And full. Okay, now that one's gonna charge rapidly. Good, good. Collect as much power as possible. Out of curiosity, do these naturally deteriorate? It loses 400 joules a cycle. Yeah, I can see why. It's currently shorting out in a vacuum, of all places. That's actually really scary. Because it's so powerful, it's iodizing literally nothing to short it out. Terrifying. Oh, I guess now we're losing power, but whatever. Might as well allow this one a little bit more luxury. It's not like we can't compensate. Would you look at that? Lead. Not very much. This is... And technically, it is decay power. Look how much we've already used. Oh, it's kind of ugly though. Is it still heating up? Actually, I think it's the fuel heating up the generator. Surprisingly, if anything, it's actually making itself colder by running. I've never seen decay power supposed to produce heat. It should even say that right here, it produces heat. Yet we're actually reducing heat due to temperatures, which admittedly I find absolutely hilarious. That's not really decay, is it now? It's just... it's generating heat. That's the first time I've ever seen nuclear power reduce heat while operating. Uh-oh. I know exactly why that is. It's because one of these is always on. If there's anything else connected to this grid at any time, it's just gonna short. Instantly. So if any... oh, you know what it is gonna short out this grid? Because I just checked. If anyone uses the oxygen... wait, yeah, if anyone uses oxygen mask, it's gonna short out, or any... this is not gonna get used. Yeah, this is almost ready. No, it's not. I also think that these are way too hard to run. Although apparently getting like 4 Weezworts around it is a good enough option. Which I mean, to be fair, yeah, they're powerful. They're a significant hazard. That's 400 rads compared to what I'm generating, which is only, yeah. So up to 800 rads, this would be 8 times faster. Or alternatively, you get lucky and find yourself one of these. Ah. Skin melting. Look at all of those rads. It burns. It really does. Oh, fuck. Wait, that's only like the same as 2 Weezworts. Mainly because we're not able to actually build on it. It's fine. Did you just... disgusting. It's... no, there's actually no germs. Okay. I guess these things are balanced, but if you don't have a good source, they're just so expensive. Like in the case of enrichment, this needs to be run tenfold more. Whereas, on the other hand, like, there's honestly not even that much liquid uranium in there. Not at full tile at the very least, it seems. I've made mistakes. We can all agree. But, I don't know. Wow. Well, this fire once more. And then after that next one, it's gonna probably be bumped up to 60. for ratio's sake. These can honestly be very taxing, especially when your power grid can't exactly support something running at, what is it? Yeah, 480 all the time. Man, this is failing, so it's never actually gonna fire. But why? It's because this base is using more power. The decay generator is not gonna fucking compensate at all. See what I mean? It went from 9 to 1. 8 rad bolts were just vaporized because, the power failed for like a millisecond. Yeah. Like, it really uses an absurd amount of power just to operate it. They're never gonna change it again. But it's so strong. To the point where I think the manual one, yeah, emits a little radiation, but screw it, man, it's better. However, you do have to build it like a tile down, but I mean, a single tile compared to just not. I think the radiation source I have, it's technically, statistically better. Don't even think about it. Oh wow, he realized. Oh no, you're leaving that right up here, aren't you? I probably can't make them drop it. I wanna see this fire. Oh no, he was storing it. Oh. Huh. I would say that has a problem, but honestly there's so much spare power, it probably doesn't even matter. It fired. Turn it off, turn it on. I want to increase the rates. Time to immediately fill it up with dirt again. Even the enricher, oh, it uses the same amount actually. But that I can understand. 240 would be nice, but I guess you have the solar nonsense if I want to use better wires, I don't know. I'm tired of this base, like all these bases, like, it's a lot to manage. I'm probably gonna do like a frosted with bionic boosters for my next one. And just leave all of this stuff out, because it's just irritating at times. Like, admittedly irritating. Warm. Surprisingly insulated. Contact does not count. In this circumstance, at least. And one more for the road and some unboxings. How was I kidding? I should have left that. Well, that's certainly made up for all the things this has done. Which has actually increased in temperature. However, it's also decreasing in temperature. What the fuck? Okay. I certainly don't know what I'm doing. Oh, and this is gonna start to overheat soon. Because it's in space. Lovely. The battery is ironically cold. Admittedly, not what I would expect. mean, I know why, but like... It's like every time I try to use this mod to radiate heat for like a base or something, it just doesn't work. But then other things just get fucking frozen. Like... Okay, well that's still warm. Like, sometimes just things get super cold, and like... But why? Like, why are some things just so prone to being cold out here? Oh, and even these want to heat up, but... they can try. I don't know. Thank you. At the very least, this will increase future rates. And man, just dirt is not really worth it. Well, that at least added one. It's a great time for it to cool off. Just before I ended, I actually remember where, like, watching very early videos of this game, how you had to use the quote-unquote large transformer to, do it. It would basically convert any amount to a kilowatt. Oh yeah, by the way, there wasn't even conductive wires back then. Nope. This would just go from heavy to normal wattage, which I think is very funny considering it's now the, you know, it should be, honestly, I would not, it makes sense that this was retitled to the high voltage transformer. Also, it's kind of disappointing that it limits it to 4 kilowatts, and this is only 1 kilowatt. Because, you know, that means you're gonna need to, well, I guess not really, because you can use one of these. No, wait. No, you need 2 of those and 1 of these. Alternatively, you could just have 4 of these, and basically the exact same thing. And I wouldn't see the direct reason, I mean... No, this thing is more expensive, and... I guess it produces less heat. That doesn't sound worth it to me, though. This is going to need coolant. Or does it? No, it will. Well, that was built backwards. Telling me this entire time I could have been working on temperature? Ugh. And hopefully they take it from where it is, you know, closest. I've got enough. Oh, holy shit, they actually did. And finish it. This game is a testament of patience. This doesn't even need to exist. Okay, no, it didn't need to exist. So it was working. Yeah, I think I'm just too tired to be playing a game like this, honestly. 'Cause I just... oh, it's an hour exactly. Nice.